Hello and welcome to another Teacher's Corner Teacher Kirby playthrough. So we have a number of things to collect, duty officer missions. Last time when I collected these, I ended up with quite a few levels. As you can see, I am already level 39, or 38, sorry, and very soon it's moving across quite quickly. This is due to the 2.5 times XP weekend, and there we go. There we go. Level 39. I got another rank. Okay, so every time you get a commendation rank, you end up with duty officers that you can choose. Okay, so I'm going to choose, I'll choose this one because this gives me a nice little ground thing, and the other one was military, was it? Yes. Okay, let's see. Chance to beam down an additional security team. I like that one, so I'm going to choose. And let's see what else I have. No, I believe the other one was engineering has one. Okay, but I don't have room for it, so I'm just going to hold off on those until I can get some room. Alright, and continue turning over my duty officer missions. And if I'm exceedingly lucky, I may actually make it to level 40. It's going to be close, and not quite. But I did get another commendation. Okay. So I have a few commendations, officers to claim. But as we can see in my roster here, I am full up on officers, so I'm going to wait to claim any more. Actually, I can. We do have a couple uncommon. Alright, so this is why I chose these. And they're locked to my crew anyway, so I may as well put them on active duty. This gives me a chance whenever I do security team to beam down additional security escort, which is always helpful. You can stack 3 of them. I'm putting them here because they're green and they're locked to my crew anyway. They're the only ones I have that do this, so I'm going to, as you can see, I don't think I have any others that do this. Nope. As we can see, no others that do this, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. And of course, collect R&D. Last time I collected put one school at level 10, so that's beams that I chose at level 10. So now I can collect my 3 research levels, and beams is well on its way to level 11. And now I pick and do the next 3 research projects. All of this housekeeping here. Alright, and I'm in front of my temporal agent. I'm going to check to see.
Greetings. How can I assist you today? Or in the future?
I'm going to check to see what else I can claim from my Delta recruit. And there are a couple things I can claim. I can claim the Cardassian struggle. As you level up, more things become unlocked. And that's all for the moment. It did also have... Yes! Okay. Alright, and I did get a spam. So what I'm going to do, report spam. If he gets reported enough, he won't be able to send any more emails. And Dutch Dame did remind me to get the Rising Kit modules. You'll notice I have them, where are they? There. Here and here. I did get both of them. Might not use the corrosive grenade, but we'll definitely use the graviton spike. It's a good kit module. But you notice it only comes in Mark 12. I cannot use Mark 12 yet, but Dutch Dame here makes a very good point, which is I should get it before the Ryzen event ends. So I've gone ahead and got it. Alright, so thank you, Dutch Dame, for reminding me of that. And we are now ready to do our next mission, which is, oh, not quite. We have our glowy thing. We have, wow, all the fast leveling has given us a lot of points to spend at once. Okay, so we've leveled up. We've gotten all our advanced weapon specialization to increase our crit chance outside of our beam overloads. We've gotten the advanced weapon amplification to increase our crit severity. We've filled out shield hardness and shield regeneration. We're going to go ahead and ignore the other engineers in that level. We're now into captain level. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and put points, especially right now, into long range targeting sensors. This is a must have for any energy weapon ship. Okay, what this does is at distance it increases the amount of, or it decreases, sorry, the distance penalty. Okay, meaning as you get farther away, naturally your beams and your cannons do not hit as hard. The farther away a target is, the less effective your beams are. What this does is instead of it being, right now it's at 50% when you're at distance. So when you're at 9.99 meters or kilometers in space, the damage drop off your beams are 50% as effective. Putting 1 point drops it to 40%, 2 points drops it to less than 30%, minus 30% effectiveness. So your beams have 70% of their effectiveness. And at distance, now you lose only 20% when you have 3 points. This is absolutely huge for any beam weapons, so you need to make sure that you put 3 points into this no matter what your goals if you're using all beam weapons, or if you're using mostly beam weapons. That leaves me with 2 points to spend. I'm going to go ahead and put them in. I want extra auxiliary power, and I want extra weapons power. So I'm going to put them there. That leaves me with 0 points in space right now and 1 ground point. So I'm going to start with my kit performance. This will reduce the amount of time. Okay, increase the effectiveness. Sorry, this increases the effectiveness of kit module abilities. Okay, so it will increase my damage output, increase the duration of control effects, increase the duration of buffs and or debuffs, gives me better health or shield constructs, and increases the magnitude of repel and knock effects. So that's important to have. I have been slacking on picking my nodules. I'm going to go ahead and do target optics for my training, and I will do, what the heck, fatal fists for this, and I'll do, really don't like stun grenades, so I'll do fire on my mark. These are things I might actually use. Alright, so you see, there we go, and I don't have any more nodes to pick. Oh, I do have a node to pick. Now I have to choose between hangar health or battery expertise. I'm going to choose battery expertise. What this does is double the duration of any battery or device or battery-like device that I use. Eventually I will be using batteries. We'll get into that a little later. So I'm going to choose battery expertise and select. Alright, so there we go. Now we are ready to play the next mission, which is, let's double check our, okay, good, everything has been clean, oh, except for duty officer commendation. Alright, so that gives me a number of duty officers, which are all now in my overflow bay. I'll have to see if I can get that to open later. In the meantime, alright, I have joined a fleet at level 30. I'm at level 30, so I can claim this box, which is, okay, 50 fleet marks and 5,000 fleet dilithium vouchers. Because I claimed the one from my Delta tune as well, I now have 10,000 fleet vouchers of dilithium, which I can donate to my fleet. I'm going to hold on to that and do that a little later. Now we are ready. This is like the third time I've said it, but now we are ready to start the next mission, City on the Edge of Never.
Starfleet Intelligence has completed its initial analysis of the data you found in Amar Singh's laboratory. Preliminary results show that Singh wanted to use a combination of Klingon, Augment, and Gorn DNA to create his master race, but that his initial results were less than encouraging. What troubles Starfleet Intelligence are references in Singh's notes to past events. Since Singh has said his employer was interested in time travel, do you think he and Bavat could have been planning on manipulating the timeline for their own ends? We want you to meet with the USS Kirk. It has thwarted several Klingon attacks on medical facilities in the past few weeks. They may have another piece of the puzzle. The Kirk is on a routine patrol in the Hiromi sector within the Beta Quadrant.
So we're to meet with the USS Kirk in the JFS 47 system in the Beta Quadrant and investigate the Klingons' attempts to manipulate time. This will give us a large amount of experience points and expertise. This is boosted, of course, by our 2.5 times XP weekend. Give us some dilithium more, and we have to choose one of these ground weapons. Okay, accept the mission. Here we go. Oh, I had tested to see whether Tangled Webs was fixed, so I'm going to drop that. Alright. City on the Edge of Never. And ready. Here we go!
This is Captain Phelan of the USS Kirk. We are under attack. We have been boarded and need immediate assistance.
Alrighty, here we go. Just throw out my temporal probe. Always remember to, there we go. Put on a mode here. Moving in range of that last raptor. There we are. Get him. There we go. Alright, now we can beam over to the USS Kirk. Assuming, of course, we are within range. Captain, the Kirk's shields are down, and it has taken heavy damage to engines and weapon systems. Sir, I'm reading Klingon life signs aboard the Kirk. The away team is standing by. They can leave on your command. So we're sending an away team over, which of course we're going to be a part of. There we go. There we go. I'm picking up weapons fire and combat throughout the ship, sir. The crew of the Kirk are fighting to keep their ship. Recommend we find Captain Thielen. He will know more. Locate Captain Thielen. Alrighty, here we go. Ah, Klingon! Alright, let's see which way we're supposed to go here. I think that way.
You're coming with me, Kuvamach.
Uh-oh, they kidnapped Moral Paris. We're going to the bridge. There we go. Boy, this ship design, this bridge design looks very familiar. I wonder why. Alright, where's the captain? Okay. There's Captain Thielen, but I'm not able to speak to him. Ruh-roh. Just love it when we encounter these bugs. Let's try this again. Alright. Sometimes you encounter bugs like this and you have to abort the mission and start over from the last map change, which should count as, there we go, to the ground map. We get to kill more Klingons. Yay! Okay, so let's try this again. Captain Thielen will know more. And I almost forgot to check where our temporal probe is going to be. And it looks like City on the Edge of Never, our temporal probe aboard the USS Kirk in the City on the Edge of Never. Okay, so it's somewhere on this ship. Keep our eye out for it. There we go. Okay. Let's try this again. Let's see. Okay. And moving on to the mess hall. There we go. There's the mess hall and armory. Okay.
You're coming
Where
with
we
me,
see
Kuva
Maral Paris kidnapped. Looks like she was kidnapped by Bavat. Alrighty, here we go, and now we go to the turbo lift. Turbo lift to the bridge. Alright, here we go. Did we kill all the Klingons? Huh. Take items. I'm wondering if we just have to wait for a little while. It's interesting. Do do do. Okay, we'll wait it out. I've been told maybe waiting about 5 minutes. So I'll go ahead and wait it out. In the meantime, I'll see about getting some duty officer missions. A neat little trick if you do have to wait things out. Even when you're in mission, you see how it does not come up with anything on the current map. But it does come up with things under personal. So we can choose some personal missions, like for example, treat major injuries, treat minor injuries, which give us, for the amount of time spent on them, a good amount of commendation points. Can also go to our bridge officers, and no, nothing here. Often they'll have, yes, often they'll have assignments for us that we can do. So this one needs 5 industrial energy cells. So I'll go ahead and replicate those. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And no, go back to engineering. And now I can do this one. This gives me, as you can see, quite a bit of commendation expertise for the amount of time spent. Okay. And I'm going to replicate the shield generators for that one. And shield generators. And again, 1, 2, 3, 5. And I'll go ahead and there we go. Okay. And of course, a little bit over 100 an hour for the EVA suit training. Nice amount of dilithium as well. And this one, we of course can do this one. Doesn't give a lot of commendation, but it does give, as you can see, a good amount of dilithium. So I can go ahead and replicate the industrial energy cells. Needs 5. There we go. Department heads, engineering, and I can do this one. Okay. And I can, of course, look at operations, see what's there. I do have colonists that I can donate to my ship, of course, and I can get 1 commendation per minute here by doing the review applications. Nice, easy. Okay. And this may be a good one. I get, well, not terrible. I can get 1 entertainment provision. Will allow me to complete that relatively short assignment. 1. And that was operations. And there we go. Alright. And I can keep going until I fill up. I've got half of my assignments filled now. And I can look at some of these others. This isn't a bad one. 75 commendation for 2 hours. Not terrible. I can do this one as well. Okay. And here's another one. Okay. That one, not so much. Okay. 223. Looking at the commendation versus the time in. I could go with this one. Not too bad. Okay. And I can look at medical now. Ooh, what was that? Okay. So 1. This isn't terrible. Okay. Recover repressed memories from refugee. Not a terrible one. I am missing, or have on another assignment, my nurse, so I'm not able to do this assignment. This would be a decent one. Gives a lot of commendation. 20-hour turnover time. Okay. This one's decent. Test an experimental cybernetic augmentation device. I do need 5 medical provisions. I can replicate those. Okay, 5 medical supplies. 3, 4, 5. There we go. And again, we're just waiting out being able, there it is, to talk to Captain Thielen. So I'm going to very quickly finish out. There we go. And augmentation. There we go. And thermometer for minor laceration. We'll do that one too. That puts me at 17 duty officers. I'll very quickly see if I can get something else here. And okay. This is a long assignment, 20 hours, but it does give a lot of commendation. So I'm going to go ahead and do that one. That puts me at 18. See if I can find 2 more. Interrogation resistance, I can do that. And 1 more. Let's check with security. See what I can do here. All I have is this one, so I'll do that. There we go. Alright, so that's filled out my duty officers. And I'm now able to talk to Captain Thielen. All we had to do was wait it out. Alright, I got a pretty good idea of what happened here. I'm gonna move on.
Since we're stranded here, you're the only ship who can chase down the Klingons and rescue Lieutenant Paris. I'm transmitting the frequency of her comm badge to your ship. This will enable you to lock onto her and follow the ship that kidnapped her. Bring Lieutenant Paris home safe.
So we have to rescue Moral Paris. Captain, if the Klingons have Lieutenant Paris, I recommend that the away team returns to the teacher's corner immediately. We may be able to catch them before they leave the system. Return to your ship. Incoming message from the Klingons, sir. Shall I put it on screen? On screen.
This mission cannot be delayed by a miserable Starfleet Tobot like yourself. We will find the secrets hidden in the Kuvamok's blood and use them for the glory of the Klingon Empire. I give to my escorts the honor of destroying you. Pray they send you to Bretor quickly.
Defeat the Klingons. Remember, this is my area of effect, and it is a damage over time. Worked very nicely. And now I need to pursue the IKS Baj. So I'm going to depart system. I've got a sensor lock on the IKS Baj, sir. It appears that Captain Targon is headed for the Gateway system. Sir, that system is under Federation quarantine. Go to the Gateway system. So we're warping there. Sir, we're picking up Lieutenant Paris's comm badge on the planet's surface. They must have beamed down from the IKS Baj. Interference is preventing us from getting a good transporter lock on her. The planet is under Federation quarantine, Captain. It's the location of the Guardian of Forever. Request clearance from Starfleet Command for the Teacher's Corner to send an away team to the surface. Request sent, sir. Sensors are picking up Klingon ships in orbit of the planet. They're arming disruptors. Defeat the Klingons in orbit of the gateway. Arm weapons and lock on target. Oh, I love those overloads. Nice. Oh, and I just realized I'm going to have to go back onto the IKS Kirk. Ah, goodness. For my temporal probe. Got so caught up with waiting for Captain Thielen, completely forgot about the temporal probe. Nice damage over time effect. There we go. And we will beam down to the planet. The area is secure, sir. Starfleet Command is cleared to beam down to the surface. But we are ordered to avoid contact with the Guardian, if at all possible. It won't be possible. We have to talk to the Guardian. Captain, this planet has been under Federation quarantine for more than 150 years. No one has visited since Captain James Kirk and the crew of the USS Enterprise first discovered the Guardian of Forever. Remind me about the Guardian of Forever? The Guardian is an ancient artifact that allows those who activate it to travel back in time. It was deemed too dangerous to study, so we have no idea what limits there might be to its power. What do you think Bavat wants with it? There's only one explanation why Bavat would bring Lieutenant Paris to this planet, sir. They intend to use the Guardian portal to travel back in time and alter history. I recommend haste in our attempt to stop the Klingons. We need to rescue Lieutenant Paris before they can reach the Guardian. Stop the Klingons before they can use the Guardian. Let's find Lieutenant Paris and protect the Guardian. DSOA followed the green arrows. Kill the Klingons, kill the Klingons. Kill the Klingon, shoot 'em dead. Okay, here we go. Follow the green arrow. More Klingon. Haha. Say hello to my little friend. There you go. I love how the Klingons are just standing around waiting for us to come shoot them. Because reasons. Okay. Oh no, they're gonna use the portal. They're going back to the moon landing. Oh no. Speak to the Guardian.
I know all. I am my own beginning, my own ending. I was here before your sun burned hot, and I will be here long after. Seekers in search of a question. Shapers creating a dream. Explorers who believed a universe was too small. The one known as Myral Paris finds her future in the time before her time. She is the Kuva Ma. Her people follow her footsteps before she has made them. Her presence in her past alters the river of time. Those who took the Kuvok Ma are conquering before the warriors arrive. They have brought the weapons of your world to a time that will be helpless to resist them. Your reality, your world, your beginning, all that you know is gone. Bring the future to the past, or lose the present. You will need your vessel to face the challenges ahead. Step through my portal, and it will be returned to you.
Let's see. Why do you always answer questions with riddles?
I answer as simply as your level of understanding makes possible. Her presence in her past alters the river of time. Bring the future to the past, or lose the present. You will need your vessel to face the challenges ahead. Step through my portal, and it will be returned to you.
Okay, so we need to. Okay. That is for a Delta recruit. That's odd. They are the first of the children, powerful and terrible and wise. They are also selfish, wrathful, and proud. Okay.
Seekers in search of a question. Shapers, the one known as her presence in her past bring the future to the past.
Okay, there we go. And exit.
Am I to understand Bavat entered the Guardian portal with Lieutenant Paris? That is very disconcerting news. I am contacting Starfleet Intelligence to see what our next move should be. For now, take no further action with the Guardian. That is an order.
Alright, so they say take no further action. And I get to choose one of these. If I were choosing for something I would use, I would probably go let's see, I got a lot of crit D on my thing. Probably go with one of the crit D, crit H. So I'd probably do full auto split beam. Probably do the split beam. For ground DPS, split beams are very good. Okay, so we are being hailed by Admiral Quinn for my promotion. So let's do that. Alright, so I'm actually going to go back now that we've turned this in and going to head up. I'm actually going to have to replay part of this because we did forget to get our temporal probe. So I'll have to go back and play part of this again. Here we go, sitting on the edge of never. Quickly replay. Alright, the good thing is I can do the speed replay. So here we go. It says I cannot transwarp from this location, so I will beam up and transwarp from there. I only have to play until I get to the Kirk and find where that dang temporal probe is. Okay, and actually put me right at the beginning. The good news is it's not too long before you actually get on the Kirk.
This is Captain Phelan of the USS Kirk.
So we'll try this again. Alright. Always remember to use your cruiser command. They're very helpful. In this case, I'm using the weapon drain reduction. I'm going to go ahead and use my evasive maneuvers to get there a little quick. Give myself a bit more damage. And there we go. I can now beam to the ship. Okay. Let's keep looking for our temporal probe. Try this again here. Alright, we're looking. I'm looking in my mission list for that temporal probe. Not seeing it yet. Still not seeing it, but it's somewhere on this ship. So we will keep looking for it. Still not showing up. I believe it just popped up. Aha! Contact temporal agent. That's a little different. So now it says contact temporal agent. I'm not sure who that's going to be. So it popped up when we came in this room. So I'm going to look for everybody in this room all around. Let's see. I'm not seeing anyone. Nor do I see a temporal probe. Let's see what happens. Nothing when I contact temporal probe. I wonder. Let's kill all the Klingon. Now I wonder. Let's see if we can use a keybind here or a command here. That did not work. Okay. Well, let's see if we can find our temporal agent. Commander Tactical Officer. Ah, maybe.
We're on intersecting timelines, and I
Aha.
can't give you too much information. I've neutralized a group of Nakul who were trying to aid the Klingons in taking over the ship. You need to make sure that Miral Paris isn't lost or killed. She's of utmost importance to the continued development of a timeline in which the Federation and the Klingons are not at war.
Is there anything useful that you can tell me?
Bavat is staging this entire attack to get his hands on Miral. Don't worry about the ramifications of following him. It will all straighten out at the end. There are bigger fish than us involved in temporal matters, and the Guardian is one of them.
Alright, thanks for the reassurances. Alright, so that is our thing. Let's make sure that's all we need to do. Yes. So it's not a temporal probe, it is instead an agent. Okay. And yep, I didn't read that closely enough because it clearly says contact temporal agent. Okay. So there we go. That is our thing to claim, our temporal agent. And let's see. There we go. That is completing everything, so I'm claiming this. And boy, it is taking forever to claim these days. Let's claim. There we go. Come on. There we go. Still says claiming. Not sure why it is taking so long. Once it is finished, I will be going ahead. There we go. Claim. I'll be claiming In this case, because we started with it, Nukara mark, and that leaves me with 550. Have the dilithium, and I'm also going to claimed, because we reached level 40 while we were here. I'm going to go ahead and claim that reward as well, and that leaves us there, and I will be claiming my ground gear for a new kit, and accept. Alright, so this has been a Teacher Kirby playthrough. We did have to go back to the Kirk and find our temporal agent, but we've done that, and be joining me next time for preparing our level 40 ship. So we'll see which one we have available for our level 40 tune from the Temporal Agent pack. I will see you next time.